verse tells us it's the first commandment with a promise. Now read verse 3.
So that all may go well with you, and you may live a long life in the land.
Listen, this is Paul speaking, that you may enjoy long life on the earth. Tuko pamoja? Now read verse 4.
Parents, do not treat your children in such a way as to make them angry. Instead, bring them up with Christian discipline and instruction.
Listen, other versions, my NIV reads, bring them up in the training and the instruction of the Lord. Bwana asifiwe. Praise God. So, mzazi ama pero akona role yake. Wewe kama tini, wacha kucheza role ya mzazi. Mzazi akona role yake, na wewe uko na role yako. So Paul is telling the church of Ephesus, children, this is what you're supposed to do. Honor your father and mother, so that it may be well with you. Alafu pia nyi wazazi, mko na kazi yenu pia. Tuko pamoja. So sometimes as teenagers, due to social media, the celeb culture we are told, the movies we watch, the articles we read, inafika tunafikiria ni kama sisi ni wajanjes kuliko wazazi. Let me tell you, the biggest risk you can ever commit in this life ni kufikiria wewe ni mjanje kuliko mzazi wako. Mzazi wako anaweza kuwa kuingia chuo, hakuwahi soma, hakuwahi ingia kidato, but yeye akona wisdom. Kuna kitu amempea, kuna wisdom God amempatia. So wewe heshimu. So wacha mzazi ya play role yake na wewe pia uplay role yako. Tuko pamoja? So the parents wako na role yao from verse 4 of Ephesians 6. Na wewe role yako umeisikia. So sisi tujue kazi yetu ni gani na kazi ya wazazi ni gani. Alafu maisha itakuwa fiti. Tuko pamoja?
Kabisa. Oza. Kiki.
Yeah.
Mimi nina swali tu, tukimalizia Jackson, maybe in a sentence or maybe 2 sentences tafadhali. Sasa mimi unajua venye niko high school nikiwa boy, kuna msichana manzee wa ile shule nyingine ni amenitoa wazimu mbaya bwana. Mimi najaribu kuconcentrate ikuji. What would be your advice?
Cheki. Nisikize. Nimesema nimedeal na matini, nimekuwa nikideal na matini for quite a long time. Actually, squeezy makesi zikikam kwa desk yetu. Ya boy ananiambia niaje niko na issue na dem fulani, ananisumbua. Kuna venye mimi nasikia nikifurahia. Juu kesi za malele zimekuwa too much kwa high schools. Malele. Maboy. Okay, most of you are teenagers, but let me just mention this. The first time niliwahi togozwa na boy, nilikuwa kampo. Jamaa kanitumia message. Akaniambia, Jackson, mazee, kuna venye napendaga hizo haga zako, Miki. That was the first time.
Oh.
And listen, now you see story of the last five or so years, ni more than 10 years ago. That was in 2010. The first time I got a message from another man telling me ati haga zangu zinakaa fiti. Ilinishtua. Sasa with time nimerealize hiki tu imekuwa normalized. Hiki tu imekuwa kwa churches, makanisa ziko. Lesbianism, the LGBT, these things are there. So sometimes when a boy tells me, teacher, kuna kadem nimeona kasupu sana, how do I deal with it? Nakuwa na kazi rahisi. Lakini msichana kikam kwangu ananishoniaje teacher? Mimi kuna dem hapa, hizi dimples zake kuna venye nazionanga napata goosebumps. Man, that's the worst case na diligi nayo. So hiyo issue yako, there's something I tell students because of time. Listen, nisikize. At this age, and this something I was told was when I was in high school. Na imenisaidia sana. Socialize. Don't specialize. We are social beings. We are meant to socialize. And that's why when you come to church, hakunaga brigade ama teeny service ya wasichana na ingine wavulana. Tunakuwa sisi wote pamoja because we are social beings. Learn what girls like as a boy. As a girl, learn what boys like. Get to bring this, it's called synergy. Unaweza kuta dem fulani ako sawa mao, wewe uko sawa kem. Mukikuja pamoja, what can you do as a team? Sawa. So don't look at the other person as a sex object. Don't look at that girl who is beautiful in that Sunday school or teenager a service, some youth service, as a sex tool. Mwangalie kama mtu mwenye mnaweza benefit, because there's something I've realized, and I've always told people this. Mimi nilikuwa na dem fulani alikuwa best yangu. Mimi nilisomea Murang'a, chuo inaitwa Jombe. na Jombe tulikuwa na interact sana madem fulani wakahuhia girls. So kuna dem fulani wakahuhia. Kuna watu wakahu hapa. Kuna watu somea kahuhia hapa.
Kahuhia girls Murang'a.
So kuna dem fulani, dem alikuwa msupu sana. Alikuwa ka best yangu sana. So we used to meet every time tukienda holiday. Nilikuwa najua she was very good in sciences. Mimi sikuwa mtu wa sciences. Hata saizi mimi sifunzagi sciences. Mimi nilikuwa msempoa arts. So every time we met, kazi yetu ilikuwa kudiscuss. Ananisaidia bio, chem, hesabu na nini. Alafu mimi vitu ninajua namsaidia. So we created a discussion group, ikatusaidia sana. Let me shock you. After form 4, we got the same grade. Mimi nikapata B+, yeye akapata B+. Do I surprise you? We went to the same campus, the same course. We went to UN, tukafanya B.Ed Arts. Tukiingia kampo ilikuwa surprise because ile closeness yetu from first year, we were still so close. Mpaka kuna kitu ilikuwa inaitwa kwa chua fresha hiyo time. Majama wa fourth year walikuwa niangalia, ni aje wewe fresha uko na demu supu hivi. Fresha hafai kuwa na demu huku. I'm like hapana, usi demu yangu kani sis. Tumetoka mbali sana. So we worked together from fourth year to from first year to fourth year. Mpaka saa hizi we are close friends. I didn't marry her. I never at one point slept with her. She's called Kezia. Sikuwa have sex na yeye. Because nilikuwa najua Kenya nataka kwake na yeye kuna kitu alipata kwangu. So today, hiyo respect tukua. Let me tell you something. Anytime you sleep with a girl, anytime you sleep with a boy, respect inatokaga. So inakuwa ile respect mnaekeana haiko tena. So unaanza stories za heartbreaks. Sasa unakuta team yako 11 years nasema stories za heartbreak. You should be heartbroken when you're not eating something at home. What the stories are sex? What the stories are sex? Sex haiishi. That sexual organ, si kama sabuni itaisha, my friends.
Ati what?
Si kama mkate ita expire.
Ati nini?
Ita expire. You can keep it until marriage. I am married for the last 10 years. I will be celebrating my 10th year in marriage in this year, November. Actually, this month. Then I will be celebrating my 10th year in marriage. And let me tell you something. 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 Sex is spiritual. It's not physical as we feel it. It's more spiritual than even physical. Sex is not just penetration of your penis to the vagina. It's more spiritual. You carry a spirit of the person you're having sex with. So each time we have sex na Jane, next time we have na Mary, the other one ukuwe na Sharon. By the end of the year utakuwa umechanganyikiwa juu umekarry ma spirit za wase wote. Na productivity in school may not happen if you engage yourself in such kind of sexual intercourse. So wait for marriage na itakuwa sawa. Tuko pamoja?
Wazi.
Asanti.
Wazi. Wait for
marriage.
Wait for marriage. Kiki.
Yeah. Oh.
Pole. Sasa naona bado panelists wanaendelea na najua kila mtu anataka kutuambia kakitu. Mimi naomba tu tafadhali panelists maybe 2 minutes ama minute each?
Yeah.
2 minutes ndio? Haya, kazi kwako Kiki.
Alright, sawa. So from there, hiyo topic ilikuwa moto sana hata na sweats. So tutaenda kwa sexuality, right? So Nzioka will tell us about sexuality. Sexuality ni senye una get kujijua in a certain way, atatuambia, si ndio? So mimi ni Gen Z mwenye nimefika, okay, mimi ni teen, si ndio? And kuna stage yenye nafika and then my hormones are hormoning, my body is bodying. What am I supposed to do? I'm being attracted now. Sasa naanza tena kuwa attracted to like people not even of the opposite gender, rather hata wenye ni the same gender. How do I deal with all that? Is it right actually?
Sawa, that's a good question, sindio? And we all of us have been there, sindio? When we get to grow, naturally, because we are biological beings, we start feeling some few things, sindio? We start developing structures, enlargements. You know, your body develops to suit the stage you are in. And we've called that adolescence. And I know we know that for obvious reasons because we study biology. But let me talk about sexuality and probably talk about Kenya Meguzia, talk about same-sex attraction, sindio? Mimi ni boys, naangalia boys na feel goosebumps. Dem, wenye amesema, unaangalia dimples una feel, And I want to address this based on where we are coming from, especially from high schools, where this is what we see every day. We see girls every day, sindio? Tunaona madem kila siku, high school, boys school, tunaona boys kila siku. And I want to look at it from the biblical point of view. And to address this and say this because, first of all, God never created anyone to be gay or lesbian. It is very okay, and I'm glad he's touched on that, to be attracted to the opposite sex. But it's not every attraction you act on. Let's start from there. Secondly, on same-sex attraction, which is now what we will be talking about on sexuality, God never created anyone to be gay or lesbian or homosexual. And with time, I've learned to practice to not call anyone gay or lesbian. Or rather say, probably this person is just practicing. Because when you say, I am gay, I am putting on myself an identity that God has not given me. My Bible tells me clearly in Genesis that both male and female, he created them and he made them in their image and likeness. So God never created anyone to be gay. And I know there's this whole discussion about, I am a lady feeling trapped in a male body. One of the biggest arguments we say is that I was born gay. But I'm here to tell us that God has not created, or no one is born gay. And even if it were the case really, then we can be born again. If really there was such an argument about I was born like this, then you can be born again. You can be transformed into what God has said you are. And there's a change that. So same-sex attraction is not biblical. Just because the society is doing it, just because some of the people are saying it's fine, some of the people even in the church are saying it's fine, does not mean it's true. We need to be able to come in a forum like this and address the truth like this. Because ukweli ni kwamba, and I know there's this side where we feel as young people, the church is not welcoming us. Unaelewa? Una feel, church inasema, we don't want these people in the church, or you cannot do this if you are feeling like this. But I want to tell us that the space is open for us to have conversations on what we feel. And I pray that this is an open space for us to say, I feel this and this and this and this, so that the truth is put into you. The truth is that the Bible holds a lot of truth about how God created you, not just to exist, but also to exist with other people. When God looked at a man in Genesis and felt he was lonely, the God that had created a man who would have made another man chose to make a woman for him. God mwenyewe mwenye angetengeneza probably another man and say, umeboeka, unaelewa? So even as you are saying ni kuboeka juu niko high school, ni maboys naona, loneliness really cannot be a reason why you say, I am going to like girls because I stay with girls. It cannot be that. God has made sexual attraction for a lot of reasons. One of them, and an excuse for us cannot be we have same-sex attractions because to go high schools na madem, because to go boys schools na ma boys. And I hope that opens that discussion. Yes.
Wow.
Thank you.
Makofi yake. Oh, okay, sawa. Haya, sawa. So, going to the next topic. Hiyo imeeleweka, si ndio? Haya, going to the next topic, we are going to talk about being woke, si ndio? Right now there's a lot that is happening in our society. If I think you're the one answering that, or Shakaina? Okay, so even Shakaina, you're going to tag team on this, right? So there's a lot that is happening in our society right now. Kuna vitu zenye kina Nzioka wanaongelelea. There's the issue with sexuality. Also, spiritually, kuna vitu zenye zina